Hi, my name is Jessica Facchiano, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about vocabulary learning strategies and effective vocabulary instruction. The most important thing to know about vocabulary instruction is that there are many ways to help a struggling reader with their vocabulary problems. First, we must identify the problem. When a student struggles with vocabulary, the problem is that this student does not understand the meanings of words. To help your students with this problem, you can have them create KWL charts and anticipation guides. You can teach key vocabulary before reading. You can read books aloud every day to build the student's vocabulary. You can teach idioms, synonyms, antonyms, and word learning strategies. You can use semantic feature analysis, and you can have them sort words from a book that is going to be read or from a thematic unit. But today, I will just be focusing mostly on word learning strategies, reading to your students every day, KWL charts, and focusing on key vocabulary words before reading. The first way to help aid a student struggling with understanding vocabulary is with word learning strategies. Word learning strategies can be broken up into three categories. These three categories include dictionary use, structural analysis, and contextual analysis. In other words, through the usage of the dictionary, affixes, and context clues, effective vocabulary instruction is possible. The use of contextual analysis, or better known as context clues, is a very important part of learning vocabulary. Showing students an isolated word with no background information and asking them to define it has little to no value to them and their learning of vocabulary. To show students that same word in the correct context gives them a much better idea of the meaning of the word and of how it can be used in a sentence appropriately. For example, if you write a sentence on the board that says, "Ellie is anxiously waiting on the line for the fastest roller coaster in America," the students will be able to read the clues in the sentence to begin understanding that the word anxiously most likely means that Ellie is nervous or apprehensive about riding the roller coaster. Using structural analysis, or the study of the structure of a word, is a great way to teach students word meaning beyond just a single vocabulary word. When students recognize a prefix or a suffix in a word, it is a very big help to their understanding of its meaning. A student can see the word ungrateful and realize that it is a word describing someone that is not grateful or thankful for something. Any type of affix is a great help to students' comprehension of vocabulary meaning. I created a reading game on Smart Notebook that uses the instructional strategy that deals with structural analysis. You can see that throughout the lesson I have many different interactive slides and games for the students to participate in. The first slide is a simple matching game. The students must guess which word matches with which definition. There is a check button on the side that tells them whether they are correct or not. As they move throughout the slides, they get better acquainted with the spelling and structure of each word. Also, they become more aware that there are many different ways to define each word. The definitions from the matching game, the clues from the crossword, and the adjectives from the quiz at the end make the students aware of synonyms and the fact that there's not only one way to define or characterize their vocabulary. Using the dictionary can also be of great use to a student's vocabulary learning. Although just having the students looking up definitions may not be the most effective strategy, there are many uses for the dictionary that can be quite beneficial. For example, as teachers, we can assign students a project where they must make a dictionary of their own. They can include synonyms and antonyms and idioms, explanations of affixes, and for every word, a sentence of their very own. In this way, the students will be using their dictionaries to search for the definition and to translate in their own dictionaries what each word means to them. Also, they will be showing how they could use it in sentences that are relevant to them. Another way to enhance vocabulary instruction is by reading stories to the students every day. Sometimes the students need to hear unfamiliar words in sentences in order to understand what a word means. If the students do not understand the meaning of the word frightened, they may pick up on its meaning by listening to the teacher's inflections when reading a passage where a person speaks in a frightened tone. The emphatic and expressive reading of the teacher can assign an emotion or feeling to certain words that also improve comprehension of word meanings for the students. Vocabulary instruction can also be enhanced with KWL charts. These charts, although often used for whole topics, can be focused on vocabulary for a specific lesson. KWL charts are great tools for accessing a student's background knowledge with the K section, getting them actively involved in learning more with the W section, and for recording what it is they have learned from the lesson with the L section. For example, if you are about to read a book about animals to your students, in the K section, the students should write vocabulary that they know is associated with this topic. In the W section, the students may write what vocabulary words they would like to know, like for example, the name of a baby kangaroo. And of course, in the L section, the students will put vocabulary words that they have learned. To solidify the students' knowledge of these new terms and words, you can ask your students to draw pictures or define in their own words what their newly acquired vocabulary words mean to them. And lastly, vocabulary instruction can be enhanced by simply focusing on key vocabulary before reading. So if you are out to read a book about trees to your class, you may want to review words like trunk, leaves, and roots before reading. This way, the students have an initial definition and idea of what the words mean when they hear them in context for the first time. Also, hearing the words in context will bring these words to life and, as I said before, give them a deeper meaning than just the one they found in the dictionary. In conclusion, there are many ways to encourage and improve your students' vocabulary skills by usage of the word learning strategies, reading to your students, using KWL charts, and focusing on vocabulary before reading. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and remember to implement these strategies in your own vocabulary instruction. Thank you.